Chef.
Hello everybody and welcome to Cooking with G. So today on lockdown we're in Cornwall and we have been delivered by Matt Hopley some beautiful lobsters. So we're going to be cooking lobster and probably the best baked potato you've ever had in your life. Alright? So first of all we're going to go cook the lobster. Now the thing to do, the most humane way to do it is if you stick him or her in the freezer for half an hour and it will just immobilise them. Then we're going to boil it in boiling water. Now depending on the size of your lobster, depending on the time of the cooking, a general rule is about 7 minutes for 500 grams of lobster. As here is weighing about 650 grams, so I'm going to give it about 8 minutes. And then we're going to shove that straight into cold water to cool it down. And then we're going to bake it. And we're going to bake it coated in loads of chilli and garlic butter. So it's going to be beautiful. Okay, so now the water is up to boil. Add a lot of salt in the water because you want to get some flavour going through the lobster. Okay, a nice handful of salt. Don't be shy with it. The more the better. So that goes in, and then once the lobster comes out of the freezer, stick them straight in, and that way it's not going to feel anything. Okay, so that's in there, and then we're going to get on with the baked potatoes. So for the baked potatoes, we're going to cook them twice. So now for the potatoes. So we're going to bake these twice. Okay, this is take 4 now. We've had a little technical glitch. So I'm just going to recap the potatoes, okay? So, double baked potatoes. The first time we're going to 3/4 cook them. Cut off a little bit at the top. Wait till they're cool a bit because you need to smash them with your hands, okay? Once you've cut the top off, smash them down. Make sure there's some edges sticking up. Break them with a knife if you like. And then get melted butter. Grate some garlic. Smash some garlic, cut some garlic. Whatever, get it in the butter and then baste the potatoes with the garlic butter. Season, lots of salt and pepper, and then we're going to bake them in the oven at high temperature, 200 degrees plus, okay? And then they just go in there until they're golden brown, crispy all over. Keep basting the butter, so go back to them maybe twice during their cooking time and re-baste them with the butter in the tray so it soaks everything up, okay? We're now ready to prep our lobster before we're going to bake it in the oven, okay? Now, just don't get it in the oven too early because the potatoes are going to take another half an hour or so. So the lobster now has boiled for about 8 minutes. We then left it in cold water to stop the cooking process. And then we're going to rebake it, okay? So we need to cut this in half. Take off the bands. Don't take them off before the cooking because the lobster might nip you. Alright then, and these have actually got, if you can see the claws, they got a big heavy one to clamp down, and then they've actually got like a knife, we call it, so it's like a knife and fork. Right, so with the lobster, lay it flat on a board. Okay, so this is going to be half a lobster per portion. And if you see on the, can you see that actually? On top, it's got a little natural cross on its shell. So that's a guideline for where to cut it. Okay, so we're just going to go straight in. Not the best knife to do it with, actually. Right, straight through the head, and then flatten the tail out as well. And then you're going to come in and all the way down. Takes a bit of pressure. Punch through the shell. And there we have it, okay? So all this inside, it doesn't look very pleasant, I'll be honest. But once that's rebaked, it's all going to be great to eat, okay? So what we need to do now, be careful, they have a lot of juice inside, it's going to make a bit of a mess, so make sure you've got nothing, you're not wearing anything nice that you're going to ruin, alright? So the next stage then, we're going to coat this in a load of butter as well, okay? It's not the healthiest dish out there, but probably the tastiest. Then we're going to smash the claw shell, what's it called? Yeah, the claw shell. So we're going to just shove your knife in, the heel of the knife, and then just twist it. So if you can see what I'm doing, and then that just twists the shell. And you do that on both. Do that. Right. Getting in a bit of a mess here. Right. And snap that. And that's just so we can release the flavour of the butter into the lobster. Okay? Now, with the butter, this is the leftover garlic butter from the potatoes. I've got some spring onions chopped up nicely. And then we got some, I don't have any fresh chilli. Usually I'd use fresh chilli and a little bit of ginger, but I don't have any. So what I do have is some homemade sriracha sauce. So we're just using that. So that all goes inside. We like chilli here, so we're using quite a bit. And then again, Same as a potato, you're just going to absolutely baste this lobster with all the garlic butter. And you want it all over the shell, don't be shy. And then this goes, when the potatoes are nearly done, this is just going to take about 4 or 5 minutes in the oven. It's basically just to melt the butter through and heat up the lobster again, okay? Right then, gonna wait another 20 minutes, get that in with the potatoes, and then I'll be back. Right, this is ready and it is smelling amazing, let me tell you, okay? So if you see, come in, have a look. Right, they've got, the potatoes are golden brown, crispy all over, they've soaked up all of that butter. The lobster is looking colourful, bright, smelling amazing. You see, all the juices that came out before, once it's rebaked, they've all cooked, you know, and it's now looking more appetising. So this is amazing. We are just going to have these, 2 potatoes each, half a lobster each, and a bit of spinach. Okay, I'm having the bigger half though because I've done this work. There we go. There we go. Big shout out to Matt Hopley. Thanks for delivering the lobsters in this time of need. They're amazing. I hope it's done your lobsters justice.